Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good, beautiful people? Y'all are tuned in to another edition, another episode of the Link Up. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know the energy. Y'all know how we give it up here. Y'all know who we are. Y'all know who we be. Simone Stanley, Lord Brunson, Tone the Shills the second. We doing what we do, and it's just a matter of time for y'all to realize that y'all are going to be on the right side of history as long as y'all continue to stay engaged. As long as y'all continue to smash that like button, stay subscribed. We feed off the energy. We feed off the love. We feed off the hate. We feed off all the shenanigans. So make sure y'all lock in. We appreciate y'all. LB, Simone, talk to me. Where the vibes at?
Listen, it's a win. Listen, that's all I got to say, man. I ain't mad at no win. You know what I'm saying? I'm always happy, but, we got some things to discuss. I guess there's a couple more changes that need to be made. But at the end of the day, to my two beautiful co-hosts, let's enjoy the win. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel today.
Same. I feel like it's Victory Monday. It's been 3 weeks since we've had a Victory Monday, so I'm just feeling good. I saw it was a lot of discourse going around on the streets, on the internet. No reason for me to discourse on the Lord's Victory Monday. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, I'm with y'all on that. It's like, a lot of people tried to really pull the rug from under this win. And the different points people made as far as, they still gave up 100 yards on the ground, or the play calling was vanilla. All we saw was go balls and comeback routes and so on and so forth. Like, you can nitpick this game to a million pieces, right? But I was talking earlier, to the people, and I kind of made this point that we have to meet the Philadelphia Eagles and Jalen Hurts where he and they are, right? Too often we look at other people play, look at other teams, what they got going on, how smooth they are, how they being coached, so on and so forth. We need to really hone in and meet this team where they are, because look, Jalen Hurts, nobody's saying he Patrick Mahomes, nobody even going that far, but he's been going through struggles. And in order for him to get out of them struggles, he had to have that kind of game yesterday. He needed that game to go that way. Now, granted, 20-16, the scorecard doesn't really show how good he played yesterday. And should they have gone for the touchdown at the end of the game? Probably, but that's ego talking. Get the win, get out of Dodge, right? But Jalen Hurts, he needed this game. He needed to be efficient. He needed to be clean, and that's exactly what he was. He's been turning the ball over game after game after game. What's the number? Like 26 turnovers in the past 22 games, whatever the number is, it's been rough for him. He came into this game, started 0 for 5. Then his next 7 passes, he was 5 for 7. And then he kind of just caught fire from there. Explosive play to A.J. Brown, explosive play to Devontae Smith. Grand Calcaterra got in on the action, right? So he needed this game to go this way for himself. No interceptions, no fumbles, just clean football. If the drive ends, okay, you punt it, you live to fight another day, and you win the game. And that's what happened yesterday. I want to get y'all take on just Jalen Hurts' performance, y'all perspective on it. Does it give y'all any sort of positive feelings going towards the future? Just give me y'all feelings about Jalen Hurts and how he played yesterday.
I'm happy with sorry, y'all. I'm very happy with Jalen Hurts yesterday. I feel like Jalen just had so much just swag to him with AJ Brown. I say AJ Brown because Devontae Smith was obviously there early on in the Saints game. AJ Brown should be missing. But Jalen just played with so much more like looseness, so much more swag, so much more. He just seemed happy. Y'all see him dance. He won't dancing when AJ Brown was out. So like, I just appreciate him just being loose and being free. Like we understand like the ceiling, like we've seen the high of Jalen and we've seen the lows of Jalen. So we know that he can tap back into his highs. I feel like AJ had a lot of great catches, but them balls was dropped, boom, right where they need to be dropped. And that's on Jalen Hurts. The timely runs, like Jalen was breaking off with 6, 5, 4 yards, not 1 or 2 yards like we've seen the last couple of weeks. So I feel like he looked good on the ground. He had a lot of great balls yesterday. So I was very happy with the Jalen Hurts I saw yesterday. I kept waiting for that pick. I kept waiting for that fumble. And it didn't come. Waiting on it too.
I thought it was got tipped to AJ. Remember he threw the ball to AJ and it got tipped a little bit. Like I thought it was gonna happen then, but nonetheless,
was that on a touchdown pass or just incomplete?
No. It wasn't the touchdown pass. It was just like I think it was like in the middle of the field, just like your standard like short quick slant, something like that. I think it got tipped. Matter of fact, Jeremiah Koromora, the linebacker.
Oh, when he just was not even looking, just put his hand up.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, was crazy.
Yeah, when he deflected.
That was just just gotta chalk that up to good D. But those are
Jurgens, the Jurgens snap too. That threw me too. So
those are the type of plays that just haven't went our way. Like that's usually a pick with the luck we've been having. But Jalen Hurts' play yesterday, I thought it was what it needed to be. We're not going to make it seem like he went out there and threw 5 touchdowns or nothing like that. But he played a clean, efficient game. And that's all you needed to do was go out there and win. See, yesterday's win was a confidence-building win, I'll say, for both sides of the ball. You had a lot of mental errors or whatever the case may be, but Jalen Hurts was extremely efficient throwing against the zone. And a lot of people have this stigma that he can't read defenses. I think he was like 80% passing against the zone. He knows where his guys are at now. You know what I mean? I think he got a better grasp of just where players are supposed to be and things of that nature. But, the only thing I don't like is I still can tell that we run in Nick Sirianni scheme. I just don't like that. You know what I mean? AJ Brown can do more than run a go route. You know what I mean? Devontae Smith can do more than run underneath drags. I think we still need to be a little more creative because the thing that's bothering me is this. Nick Sirianni could beat the Browns, but only Kellen Moore is the only one that could beat the Ravens. We're gonna need Kellen Moore to beat the Commanders. You know what I'm saying? We're going to need Kellen Moore to beat a lot of teams. Like Nick Sirianni could get you through some of these games with that vanilla play calling, but you're going to need Kellen Moore to bring out the creativity to truly unlock this offense. That's what he was brought here for. But in terms of Jalen Hurts, clean game. I got no problem with how Jalen Hurts performed. The score could make it seem a little more underwhelming. But if that field goal don't get blocked, I think they get blown out. If CJ and Quentin don't run into each other chasing the pick, I think those guys get blown out. You know what I mean? It is what it is. We needed that win and we got it done.
Yeah, just to go through some of the numbers, right? Hurts finished the game going 16 for 25. He completed 64% of his passes. Remind you, he started 0 for 5, so he was already in the hole. He managed to be efficient enough throughout the game to build that back up to a reasonable league average amount at 64%. He was averaging 10 yards an attempt, 2 passing touchdowns, got sacked 1 time, and had a 126.1 passer rating, his highest passer rating on the season. And just to take it a step further, because I want to get into some of the talk about, Jalen Hurts and the blitz. The Cleveland Browns blitzed Jalen Hurts the most he's been blitzed all season. They blitzed him on 53.6% of his dropbacks. And he actually was very effective. Listen to this. He went 6 for 12 for 105 yards and 2 touchdowns against the blitz. He also was effective against just a 4-man rush or less. He was 10 for 13 for 159 yards when they rushed 4 men or less. The Browns was only able to sack him when they decided to rush 7 men, and they only got to him once. So the offensive line was on point in terms of protecting him, and he was on point in terms of getting rid of the ball, whether it was a completion or incompletion or throwaway, whatever it was. He did what he had to do. Like you said, OB, he did what he had to do to win that game, right? And I'm not looking for Jalen Hurts to be Josh Allen. I'm not looking for Jalen Hurts to be Patrick Mahomes. I need Jalen Hurts to be the best version of him in this situation. Like I said, this goes back to my point earlier. We need to focus on our own plate, and we need to meet this team where they are, right? This team is 3-2 now. They've been dealing with struggles on both sides of the ball, defensively and offensively. Offensively in terms of the disjointed play calling still, and then defensively for obvious reasons. So we know that about this team. Jalen Hurts dealing with the turnover issues. Okay, how can this player get out of that? You know what you do? And we spoke about it. You run the ball more. You lean on it. You limit the possessions. You shorten the game. And you optimize your opportunities, which is what they did with A.J. Brown. He only threw the ball 25 times. Prior to that, he was averaging 33 attempts per game. They took 8 attempts off the board for him, and they siphoned those over to the running backs or, Jalen Hurts quarterback design runs or whenever things broke down. Because he did drop back more than that, but, when things break down, you get out of dodge. So, he did exactly what was necessary for that game. He needed it. You said it, confidence booster. You stack these days. He needs again, in my opinion, 3 or 4 games in a row to lose that turnover machine moniker that the league has put on him. But I think Jalen Hurts, again, efficient game, clean game. You won the game. It's only week 6, but just to put it in perspective, right? They're 3-2. The Buffalo Bills 3-2. Who else we got here? There are teams. Ravens are 4-2. They won yesterday, but again, because we got the bye week, we're behind the 8 ball in terms of the totals. But there are plenty of teams who have 2 losses that we all expect to be there in the end. And I say all that to say, you guys, Eagles fans, we are so early in the season, so much is left to be done that we can't afford to focus on what the Commanders doing, what Dallas doing, or what other teams are doing. We got to get through this until we get to the point in the season where then we're looking at other people's records and saying, you know what, all right, this person need to lose. Okay, we got to make sure we beat them. We're not at that point in the schedule yet. Right now, we need to focus on getting our house right. Right now, our house is still dirty, but we're trending in the right direction.
As we should be looking to just stack positive days. It was a lot of positives that I could take from this game, if you want me to be honest, man. We all was in agreement that Avonte Maddox had to go. We was disgusted at the sight of his name and his presence. You know what I mean? You get this guy out the fold, and now you bring in Cooper DeJean, who was a star the whole time. Cooper DeJean looked immaculate yesterday. It's still one more player on that defensive side of the ball that got to go, in my opinion. You know what I mean? We all know who it is. You know, we ain't got to take no.
Who is it? Who is it?
Oh, y'all know who it is? Y'all want me to say his name?
Does it rhyme with Green Bean?
Green Bean, who that?
Does it rhyme with Green Bean?
It do. You know, come on, you know the name. You know the name games be getting me. You should know.
No, because I've seen some other takes online. Some people coming at another player.
Who?
Go on, finish your point. We'll get to it.
N'Kobe got to go. He got to go. He can't cover. He don't tackle well. He just out there. He just an in shape. He just an in shape personal trainer with some equipment on, running out there, just putting. What he doing? You know, I would like to see more of Keely Ringo, because Keely Ringo want to hit. You know what I mean? I think a good combination to have on this field moving forward is I want to see some Keely Ringo with Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. I know a lot of people say, well, Keely was getting burnt or whatever. No, Keely forced a real critical offensive pass interference that pushed them guys back, you know what I mean, late in that game. You know what I mean? Cooper DeJean knocked Elijah Moore out of the game. Cooper DeJean was everywhere.
That was a huge stop. That was a huge stop.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm on the fence when it comes to Keely. Like, when it comes to Keely over Slay, like, Keely is going to be a dog, but I still feel just a little bit more comfortable with Slay right now, because
I agree 100%.
Like, now, mind you, when Keely comes in the game, he is getting thrown into the fire, which means he doesn't have time to adjust. So, like, that is like a downside. Like, he's coming in the fourth quarter. He's coming in the third quarter. Like, he's getting thrown in the game. So it's going to be hard for him to adjust on the fly. But every time Keely in the game, it's a big bomb downfield.
They target him. They target him for sure, but you got to put Keely in the game. I'm going to tell you, this is why I believe you got to be in the game. Keely got to be in the game because Keely wants to tackle. Slay do not want to tackle. So Slay being in the game during these run downs and these run possessions, it just don't make sense sometimes. In obvious passing situations, yes, put Slay in the game. But Keely Ringo, if it's a possibility they're going to run, you need to have Keely Ringo out there.
So for you,
Slay would have got ran over and been in the ICU on that play where Keely put Buddy down.
So for you, it's a mentality discrepancy that you're talking about, right? The fact that Keely,
from a toughness aspect. You know, you can say what you want about CJ. CJ ain't been playing his best ball, but CJ has a toughness to him.
CJ had that big tackle yesterday too.
He had his best game yesterday.
Right. And he wasn't down on not letting Quinyon get his first pick. I understand the mindset of a person like CJ Gardner-Johnson. I don't give a damn who first pick is about to be. I'm going to try to go get that ball. I'd rather them both collide for the ball than both guys be guessing like, no, I think he going to do it. And then it's a catch.
That's a good point. I didn't,
you know what I'm
saying? That's a good point. Because you know I was mad about it, but nobody
I was
said
mad
that.
too. I was mad too, but I had to think about it. Like, you got two people that want that ball. That's a mindset thing. That's a mindset thing. Slay, it's like, Slay would have been like, I think Quinyon going to get his first one. Let me see. Then Quinyon would have been like Slay the OG. I'm not going to do nothing. Now it's a catch because nobody don't react.
That's a good point. I did
You know
not.
what I'm saying?
Think
I
about
I like the mindset. I want everybody going for the ball. You can't lose when everybody going for the pill. You know what I'm saying? So I like that mindset, but I don't think so CJ just come with a toughness thing. You know what I mean? You add Quinyon toughness thing. You know, Reed Blankenship was toast. That was a touchdown. Here come Cooper DeJean out of nowhere hustling. That's a toughness thing. Those are toughness traits. You know what I mean? And Cooper DeJean got a little pop to his hit too. I didn't know he was hitting like that for real.
No, yeah,
but I think Keely just need a little more time on the field. That's what I'm saying. Just put him out there a little more.
Yeah.
Keely definitely need a little bit more time. When I say it's like if the game was about to start in 5 minutes and they like throw somebody on the floor, I would just go with Slay just because he's just more comfortable in the defense. Yeah, that's just the downside with Keely. It's like when is the opportunity for him to go out there and get those reps? He's only an insurance policy, and you know that doesn't really help his development. Now Slay was a little gimpy. We got to see what the injury report looking like next week because to be honest, I don't think Dallas Goedert going to play. I don't think Dallas.
I don't think so either.
Or Mailata.
But here's the thing, though. You got the Giants. You got the Giants next week. So if you want to face anybody and you're missing a Dallas Goedert or potentially Mailata looked bad, but if you're missing anybody, you know that's the game you probably feel a little bit more comfortable missing, and because the Giants are missing Kayvon Thibodeau for like 4 to 5 weeks, so they're compromised as well. So
Malik Neighbors just chilling on the sidelines.
He's coming back for that Eagles game, but you know the Giants, they ain't sweet. They're not sweet on that defensive side of the ball. They lead the league in sacks, and I understand missing Dallas Goedert. I wouldn't be that mad if I knew Mailata wasn't going to be out for sure because Brian Burns was having his way. So and that's the side of the field that Mailata would usually. I don't think Mailata would have been able to stop him. So who are you going to put in there in that situation? They run a lot of stunts. They're doing a lot to get Brian Burns involved more. Calcaterra can't block, but he can catch, and he can run after the catch. So you know, you just got to get Nick Sirianni out of here, man. Get him out of here. Let Kellen Moore.
Because remember last podcast, you was trying to keep Nick Sirianni. So
you
remember last show we were trying to convince LB that Nick had to go. You was riding with Nick last show.
So I gotta play that back. I had a reason, I'm sure.
I think basically he was saying was because remember I told you they would fire him before they missed the playoffs. And I think your position was, and again, I don't want to finagle what you said, but I think what you were trying to say was that would probably do more harm than good firing him mid-season when you're trying to make a deep playoff run. Just roll with what you have and then make the move after the season. Is that what you were trying to say? Or is that your position?
So right now, as of today, because I vaguely remember that conversation where where it was going. Right now, as of today, firing Nick Sirianni will not hurt the Philadelphia Eagles as a unit. It won't hurt them. I'm gonna keep it a beam because you most likely will make Kellen Moore the interim head coach. That means Kellen Moore will call the plays. I looked at the chart for AJ Brown and Smitty, and it's like the same shit from 2023.
Did you see the comparison between week 1 and week yesterday?
Right. But this is the thing that's bothering me though, guys. And you know, I don't want to be long-winded. I'm letting somebody else speak their piece. This thing that's bothering me though. You could blatantly see when Kellen Moore is calling the plays. Kellen Moore called the mesh route where Dallas Goedert sealed the game in the Saints victory.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Kellen Moore called the mesh route, or Jalen Hurts audible to a mesh route that Kellen Moore put in the playbook for Smitty when he got his touchdown yesterday. So you blatantly can see the wrinkles that Kellen Moore has in the offense, but Kellen Moore ain't in control. And that's what's holding us back. Coming off of a bye and not scoring in the first quarter is ridiculous. We ain't scoring in the first quarter since like 5 months.
Stop right there. I'm glad you said that because that goes to the idea of everybody knows your first handful of plays. Let's just say your first quarter plays. Everybody knows your first quarter is scripted. That's the way it goes. You script plays so you can get on the board early, so you can get into a flow, right? You game plan for that. You practice those plays religiously. They're failing at the script. That's a problem. That's a preparation issue. That's a disconnect between head coach, OC, and quarterback. Like, how are you? See, remember there was a portion of the season where whenever they got off script, we were like, damn, they ain't got no answers when they off script. On script, they cool. Now it's off script, they better than they are on script.
Right.
And I don't understand how you continue to start these games the way you're starting them. How many weeks in a row where you can't even get a first down on your opening drive? Not forget a touchdown, a first down.
This how confident they were. They took the ball first against the Browns. And I'm going to correct myself. Jalen Hurts actually audible. I saw my guy D-Lo in the chat. Jalen audible into both of those, mesh routes. That helped seal the game.
Kellen installs that. He installs
that
option, that choice for him. So
right. Kellen has given him, but that's a lot on the cerebral, development of Jalen, because he's recognizing man when he's doing it. Oh, wait, man, we're gonna run this mesh route because nobody's gonna be able to stay with Goddard or Smitty. So yeah, so it's a lot to go into that.
Yeah, for sure.
We was all over the place just now. I'm gonna just say that because I was about to comment on the Kobe D. And then we got flipped to talking about Ringo, and then we got flipped to talking about
offense
Nick being fired, and then we got talking about
LB did that shit.
Not scored in the first quarter.
It be Tone though. Tone be like, "I'm glad you said that." Every time I say something, so then it goes somewhere else.
Let me take it all the way back to the Kobe D because
let's let Simone install some order here.
For sure.
First of all, Nakobe Dean, bro, when it was that last, it was a one-score game, late in the game, that drive where they were, the drive that Keely Ringo ended up getting the face mask on. When Nakobe missed that tackle, I think it was Amari Cooper, it was just a wide open tackle, and then
Right, and Gardner with Johnson, he was being blocked. He was being blocked, Gardner Johnson, and Nakobe just playing Tiddywinkel. Like what doing a do-si-do in the open field?
I think it might have been Joku. It was either Joku or Amari Cooper, but Nakobe Dean just missing wide open tackles, bro. He almost lost us the game right there. So yeah, I just had to get that off about Nakobe Dean real quick. But Myles Garrett, bro, what?
Different.
I was so scared because Saquon couldn't do nothing, bro. Saquon couldn't do nothing. They was all over Saquon, bro.
They game plan for that though. I mean, they game plan for it, and their defense is pretty good.
I was shook. I was like, Saquon ain't getting open.
You know what? I don't even look. If I see a tweet during game day and it's tight, I gotta go past it if it's Simone. And then now we got the group chat. Tone like we playing with our food. Simone like we are the food. I'm like, I can't look at this. I can't look at this right now,
bro. When she said
we was looking like food though.
That was a bar though.
When she said that, I was like,
that was a bar.
That was a bar. No, you funny, LB for real. I ain't gonna say what you said, but you funny.
No, but
you funny.
There's no telling what I'm gonna say, man, when they be stinking it like that sometimes.
Facts.
But I like what you said, Tone, about meeting the team where they are. Like, our expectations just have to change. Like, we had to take this team for what it is. We, coming into the season, we thought we was going to be world beaters. We thought we was going to be NFC champs. And I'm not saying all that can't still happen. But like that was our expectations of this team. Like, okay, we changed we added some some DBs. One of our biggest downfalls last season was the secondary. We beef up the secondary. We changed the offensive defensive play callers. We extend AJ. We extend Smitty. We add Saquon Barkley. We thought we was gonna be world beaters. So like we was holding this team. We've been holding this team up to such high expectations. But they've showed us they just a middle of the pack ad team. So like you said, we gotta just accept that's what they are. Like on paper, they should be better than that. Mm-hmm. Who's to blame? We all know, but at the end of the day,
I don't like that. I don't agree with that because we've been missing a lot of people. You know what I mean? We have not been the healthiest, number one. So, that'll cause for a lot of things. And we still one drop pass away from being 4-1. We can't lower the expectations because what's on paper is on paper.
I don't think
it's generational talent all over the place. I can't lower the expectations. It's unfair.
LB, we was not healthy.
Right.
And this isn't me being negative Nancy. This is me being, it is what it is. Izzy. It is what it is, Isabel, is who I'm being. I'm not being negative, Nancy.
Mhm.
Yes, we was hurt, but when we was healthy, i.e. yesterday, we had AJ Brown on the floor. We had Devontae Smith on the floor. We had Dallas Goedert on the floor. We had Saquon Barkley on the floor. And we still ain't score a single point in the first quarter fully healthy. Also, by the same token, I hate we're a drop pass away from being 4-1 because we're also a Reed Blankenship not catching the interception away from being 2-3. We're also a Keely Ringo not getting face mask, getting that face mask yesterday away from being 1-4.
Hold on, Simone. Stop.
We gonna do the
Hold on.
we're
Stop.
I'm just gonna let her go.
No,
You talk about multiple.
We are a drop pass away from being 4-1. We are all those things away from being.
That's not.
And that's why I said. And that's why I said what I said weeks ago. That's why I said what I said weeks ago. And y'all didn't agree with me when I said, "Hey, listen, like, yeah, we are drop pass away from being 4-1." But when you think about how finicky some of those games were, if defense didn't do any particular thing, we what 1-3, 1-4, whatever the number would have been.
If Reed Blankenship don't get that interception, that don't mean they score.
Okay, but if he didn't drop that pass, that don't mean he scored. What if somebody flew out of space and tackled his ass?
Who you talking about, Saquon?
No, he was scoring. He was scoring to be.
I don't even. He getting the first down, and then we taking a knee probably.
What if? All I'm saying is, if we want to play ifs and ands or pots and pans, we can't just play ifs and ands or pot and pans for the positive scenarios. It's also if and ands and pots and pans for the negative scenarios. We got outside the Packers game. We got out of every game by the hair of our chinny chin. So we only want to look at the game we lost by our chin. What about the games we won by our chin? That's all I'm saying. Like
we have not played any easy opponent besides the Browns. We have not played any. The Falcons are good. The Packers are good. The Saints. I think the Saints win? No, the Saints lost, but the Saints are a good football team. You know what I'm saying? We haven't played any divisional opponents. We haven't played any matchups. We don't have no Carolina Panthers on this roster. Everybody is giving the Philadelphia Eagles their best punch.
The Panthers was fighting yesterday too.
That's what I'm saying. So this is the thing, though. This is where I stand right now. I'd rather go through this adversity right now than start off 10-1 again and not know how to deal with it. We are nowhere near our final form. So I still got the expectation of this team being in the NFC Championship game. The Dallas Cowboys ain't good. The San Francisco 49ers, Christian McCaffrey might not come back the rest of the year. You know what I mean? The Detroit Lions look for real. But outside of Detroit, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Washington, okay. I see what you're doing, Washington. But the expectation is the same for me because you got a new offensive coordinator. You got a new defensive coordinator. You was missing pieces. All the guys you named that played on the field, Simone, they just got back. They just got back, bro. Listen, we spoil, and I understand it.
No,
we're so used to starting off hot. We don't know. We peaked early. We peaked early last year. We peaked too early last year. I like where we at right now.
First of all,
I guarantee we score in the first quarter against the Giants.
All I know is what this team has shown me. What they can be, I don't know what they can be until they show me they have potential to be that. So all I'm basing my stance off on is 5 weeks of football. And 5 weeks of football has shown me they some mid. Now, if they show me that they can be real, then okay, fine. But my expectations are based off what I have seen. And what I have seen is mid, bro. These other teams, the Seahawks, they popping. The Commanders,
they lost.
They lost a close game to the Niners. They just added somebody today, a pass rusher. The Seahawks are a legit team. Could we beat the Seahawks? I don't know. Probably not. But I'm saying Seahawks, they a real team. Washington Commanders, a real team. Detroit Lions, a real team. San Francisco, still a real team. Like, that's 4 teams right now in the NFC that I don't even know if we could hold a a match to. I don't even know if they let us in the club.
You name out of the 4 teams you named, I think 3 of them caught an L. It's a week. It's a week to week league. It's a week to week league, and the Philadelphia Eagles have not hit their stride yet.
Minnesota, I forgot.
But that's why
Minnesota for Minnesota. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm not buying.
All right, Minnesota defense make me believe.
They defense make me
believe.
But I'm not buying them in the long term. I'm not buying them in the long term.
Yeah, I'm not buying them long term.
Who are y'all buying?
Nobody. It's wide open. That's the point. It's wide open.
But LB, real quick, right? I don't want my statement to be misconstrued as if my expectations have changed. I expect this team to always be in it every year. I go into every. I put it to you this way: I don't care who we playing. I don't care how bad we look. We could be 0-11. Whoever we play that 12th week, I'm saying we win that game by 3. You know what I'm saying? So my expectations haven't necessarily changed, but this is a week to week league. And like Simone said, we only have 6 weeks of, 5 weeks of film technically, but 6 weeks of just the NFL being into the season to really talk about this team. And based off everything we've seen, they're inconsistent on defense. The quarterback is going through a turnover situation right now. So in knowing that, my perspective has to shift. I'm not going to continue to try to dismantle Jalen Hurts' psyche and try to act like he can't play football. But what I am going to do is I want to say, okay, this quarterback is struggling right now. Sure, I could kick his back in. That's easy. But how can he get out of it? That's the conversation I want to have, right? That's where my perspective is being shifted. That's me trying to meet him in particular, where he is. Okay, he's been turning the ball over. All right, what can the Eagles do so they can win games while he crawls himself out of this hole? And that's the kind of performance he needed to have yesterday, because even though he wasn't lighting the world on fire, putting up 4 and 5 touchdowns, he was efficient, he was clean, he got out of the game with no turnovers. You carry that and you build on that, and that's me meeting him where he is. I'm taking it week by week. Yes, in my heart of hearts, I got them in the conference championship game, but on a week-to-week basis, I am strictly meeting them where they are based off what I've seen over the previous weeks. And that's not me changing my expectation. That's me trying to be reasonable.
See,
okay, so let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all like the Eagles against the Giants?
Yes.
I don't know. Just like you said,
then
we play when we trot out on the field, like on paper, yes, we should go in and beat the Giants by multiple scores, but that's the same thing that should have happened against the Browns. Like, we don't know what in the past couple of years, we knew what to expect from this team. I don't know what to expect from this team. Fully healthy, besides Britton Covey, coming out of the bye week at home versus the Browns, and that should go down to the last 2 minutes at home, fully healthy, with the best wide receiver in the league, with the best running back in the league, with this stout offensive line, with Jalen Hurts not turning the ball over, and we still in a dogfight with the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns. So that's why I'm saying, when I look at this team, and I forgot about all these other teams, you telling me this team we see right now, not the potential that we have to be, not what we could be, what we should be, what these boys have shown us. I don't feel confident if the playoffs started right now.
Good thing they don't.
It don't, but I'm saying all we had, like, y'all are talking about potential and what we could be. Mm-hmm. We have 5 weeks of film, bro. I'm assessing off what they done shown me for these past, 15, these past, concluding last season, because this is a continuation. The Falcons, we not beating them. From what I've seen from this team, we not beating the Falcons. The Bucks, we ain't beating them because they already, even when we popping, the Bucks got our car. We ain't beating the Falcons. We ain't beating the Bucks. I don't got us beating the Lions. I don't got us beating San Francisco 49ers. Y'all could call the Seahawks mid, but I don't got us beating the Seahawks. DK going boom, 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 body us up. That's 5 teams in the NFC. Minnesota Vikings, that's 6 teams. Like, we should be, but like.
What's the difference between the Eagles,
the Cleveland Browns?
Well, no, what's the difference? Real quick. I want to answer that question, LB and Simone. What's the difference? What's the difference between the Philadelphia Eagles and all those teams Simone mentioned, right? It's one thing, really.
Coaching.
They better coached. They better coached. They better coached and they better prepared. They're better coached and they're better prepared. That's the only difference. So personnel ain't the reason why Simone don't feel like we could beat any of them teams. They're just going to come into the game with a better game plan and they're going to be better prepared. Like,
and they have an identity.
I mean,
all that.
No, let's keep it real.
Identity comes from the coaching. Identity comes from coaching.
Exactly.
They're just gonna be better. They're just gonna be better prepared. But I'm telling you, man, out of a lot of the teams that Simone beat, the Philadelphia Eagles can and they will beat a couple of them teams. I'm telling you, they can and they will beat a couple of them teams.
Not with Nick, bro. The coaching.
Probably not with Nick. Now, the Cleveland Browns are a little better than what their record would like to indicate. The Cleveland Browns ain't give up 20 points to a lot of people. The Cleveland Browns do play savage defense. Now, they've probably been blown out twice against the Cowboys and who else got them? And the Commanders. You know what I mean? They've been blown out twice, but the Cleveland Browns ain't out here just getting exposed. They're not just out here just getting ran out of games. They're almost in every single game for real. You know, what's important is we won the game. Now, I agree. It's going to be tough to win some of these games if we don't change what we're doing. But at the beginning of the show, Tone alluded to the fact that you're not asking Jalen Hurts to be Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen. You're just asking him to play clean and be the best version of himself. The best version of Jalen Hurts will produce the same result as a Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes. If Jalen Hurts don't turn the ball over, we will win in spite of some spotty, play calling.
Which is why he has to stack these days, which is why I'm meeting him where he is. He's clearly not at that point yet where he can gunsling quite yet. He needs to be clean.
Right.
Limit the risk. Once he's stringing together those 3 or 4 or 5 games where he playing clean, he hitting his people where they're supposed to be, they putting some points up. Then all right, now Jalen, rip the Band-Aid off, rip me up the plastic. I bet that can brand new. Like, I need you to get in your bag now. But as of right now, Jalen Hurts needs to be, with the struggles he's been dealing with, your game plan the coaching has to do a better job of helping your quarterback. This is your franchise guy. Listen, no matter what you paying him, the bottom line is he's your quarterback. If he's struggling, help him. Help him.
See, this is Nick or whoever on that bull. First of all, on that 3rd and 1, why are we dropping back?
100%. I'm so glad you said that.
We would have never had to attempt to kick a 57-yard field goal and have it blocked if we ran the ball on 3rd and 1. Tush push was pushing. So even if Saquon didn't get that one, it'll be 4th and inches, push. And shout out to Jalen, because on that one tush push, Jalen had to move that pile, bro. Jalen was on point.
No, I'm gonna be honest. He ain't get one of them, Jones. He ain't get one of them. I'm gonna be honest.
You talking the one where he was standing up straight. I'm like, it's tush push. Bend down and get that tush push.
No, he got it.
He's standing up straight.
Listen, he lucky. Push. He got it. He just lucky they ain't blow it dead.
Right.
They let the play go on. They let the play go on because he was just stuck like
for a hot second.
Yeah, he was just stuck for like a good second and a half, but they let him keep pushing. So
down like this, getting pushed. What?
Right. I'll say this though, right? The Philadelphia Eagles are in a precarious situation. That even though they won, and I appreciate that, you got to stack the wins so you can, get where you want to be in the playoffs. But they're in a situation where they can beat anybody because they're talented, but they can lose to anybody. And that's my problem. They can lose to anybody because of, like Simone said, we almost don't know what we're going to get on a week-to-week basis. LB, let's keep it 100. We've gotten 5 different products over the course of 6 weeks. And, to be honest, the fact that Saquon couldn't really get off yesterday, I was watching that game because I rewatched the game like 3 times this morning. And I'm looking at it and I'm saying to myself, okay, if Saquon can't get going, Jalen Hurts, what you going to do? But what they did was, regardless of Saquon not being able to get going or whatever it may be, they still kept the running game involved in the game plan. That's the discipline. That's the identity I'm talking about, right? Regardless of what's going on, you stick to your guns. There's no reason to panic. And I didn't feel like at any point in that game that team panicked yesterday. I felt like they was kind of going with the flow of the game. They was going with the flow of the game, and they hit their spots and they took advantage of opportunities to put the game away. And you know, we got to give credit to having guys like A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith back. I mean, let's be totally honest, man. Jalen Hurts is a different quarterback when A.J. Brown is in the building, but anybody is a different quarterback with A.J. Brown in the building than Devontae Smith. But, you know, the drop-off between his play is insane when A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith are not on the field. But, again, it's number one and number two. It's not easy.
I'm not saying that's unfair to say, but that's every quarterback, though.
Yeah.
That's every quarterback. When you take your first and second option away, probably Patrick Mahomes is the only one. Patrick Mahomes is the only one.
I feel that, especially when you don't have a head coach who's capable of getting creative with the pieces he does have. So
exactly,
I understand where you're coming from. Nonetheless, though, having them on the field,
we could have lost that game to play calling yesterday too, because everybody was jumping out their seat to catch the AJ Brown, but that was a dumbass play. That was stupid. I think I hated that. I hated that.
Are you talking about the 40-yard bomb at the end of the game?
Yeah, I hated that.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Before we get to that, I've seen a whole discussion on that. Because you were talking about the run game and keeping the run game going, which was good. Gainwell,
the 19-yarder.
Gainwell, shout out to Kenny Gainwell. And he had 2 back-to-back. Did he break off for 2? Like back-to-back? He had 2 back-to-back good runs.
I'm not entirely sure, but I know he had a 19-yarder.
Yeah,
that sideline catch to Dotson was super clutch though. So shout out to Dotson.
I'm gonna give Dotson his love. You know, he had unfortunately they didn't count that first one as a catch. They counted it as a rush because I guess it went behind the line of scrimmage. But nonetheless, he had 2 touches for 23 yards, but they were key catches. And I know he's been struggling to find his footing in this offense, but when the ball do come to you, you got to make a play. And on both his opportunities, he converted for a first down. That's valuable to me.
They got to let Kellen Moore run this offense, bro. This is not Kellen Moore offense we looking at, man, and it's holding the team back. Give Kellen Moore the first 15 scripted plays, man, and I bet you we put some points on the board in the first quarter. Let him get it without no interruptions, man. It's sick to see for real. And you know the only reason why people can be wishy-washy on the team in the first place is because of coaching. It's not because of the players.
Right.
It's not because of the players. You know what I mean? It's no reason why we should have been in the dogfight with them boys, man. It's no reason. It's no reason why. But, you know, like I said, even with coaching, I think we end up like beating them by a larger margin. But the block kick and stuff like that, you know, things happen. You know, it's football. But I think the Philadelphia Eagles outplayed them. You know what I mean? But they still were in it until the very last minute, which is
you can
why
make
a
an
lot of people
argument.
not excited.
You can make an argument they should have won that game 27-6.
They should have.
They should have.
And that's down to that play calling because, again, 3rd and 1, why are we dropping back and passing? 3rd and 1, it should have been a run there.
You should have pushed it again.
You had 2 timeouts.
2 times.
I feel you on that.
Play calling.
I feel you.
You should have pushed it again. I feel like this is what I think is happening, though. I feel like Nick Sirianni is calling some plays. Then on 3rd and 1, I feel like that's Kellen Moore who did that dumb shit. You know, it's just so much dumbness. I
actually think it's the opposite. I actually think it's the opposite.
You think so?
I feel like Nick Sirianni did that 3rd and 1 dumb shit.
Yeah.
I feel like he did that. You know what I'm saying? Again, we will never know. But
I wish we could just know which one is which.
Because like I'm not mad at Saquon having a midday against the Browns because the Browns ain't give up 100 yards rushing to no running back out of none of the teams that they played. But that's how Schwartz approached the game, though, because Schwartz really believes in them. They got cornerbacks over there. You know what I mean? Schwartz really believes in Ward and them guys. So Schwartz is like, we're going to play one-on-one. We're going to make you beat us with your arm. And that's what he tried to make Jalen Hurts do. So it put Jalen Hurts in that position to, you know, do the things that he did. But, you know, if it's anything that's going to hold us back, it's coaching, man. It's not Jalen Hurts. If Jalen Hurts continue to play clean, you know what I mean? You always going to have a chance to win the game. It is coaching. So I'm cool with being optimistic about, you know, where we are because of coaching. I totally get it.
See, I'm not like, y'all know it's so hard because we have so much talent. It's so hard to be like, you know, we suck, we mid because of all the talent we have. But the way I'm just approaching it now is when I say I don't have any expectations, it's not like the team can't. But it's just, I'm not expecting nothing because every time I've expected something these past 12 games at this point, from last season to this season, it's been disappointment.
You know what I think will help? a lot of people, I think it'll help a lot of people if you don't compile the 2 seasons. It's 2 different teams. It's new coordinators.
It's difficult though. It's difficult to do that.
It's difficult though.
It's difficult.
How?
Because,
How so?
Because some of the issues are still prevalent this season. That's the part. It's a little difficult to just do that.
Yeah.
Because of how.
Okay, I can
because
see that.
there are certain narratives that still hold true, like the Jalen
Yeah.
Hurts turnovers, the offensive inconsistency with the play calling, the lack of complex route concepts, right? AJ Brown, you said it earlier. AJ Brown can do more than just run a go ball and a comeback route. You know what I'm saying? He could do more than that. So it's just there are some issues and questionable head coaching. So there are certain tidbits, certain narratives, certain threads that have latched on to this season. And I do understand what you're saying, though. It's a new season, new personnel. You got new people in the building. It should be treated as its own individual project. But listen, the trends are the trends. But we've hammered the nail of the offense for 45 minutes. I want to transition to that defensive side of the ball because they had a pretty good response game from how awful they looked against the Buccaneers. Now, granted, we all know Deshaun Watson is washed. We have no idea what's going on with him. He ain't been the same.
We know what's going on.
He ain't been the same since they banned him from getting massages. So I'll say this. I want to give credit to that defensive line. They set the tone. They were more physical than the Browns' offensive line. Although they gave up 100 rushing yards on a dot, 25 rush attempts, an average of 4 yards to carry, I still felt like they kept them in check and they controlled the game situationally. I believe the Browns were 3 for 12 on 3 for 12 on 3rd down, which is 25%. That's awful. Deshaun Watson was throwing balls on the dirt, missing guys. I mean, it was just bad. But on top of that, the defensive line caused pressure. They forced it. They made him uncomfortable. The trend was, hey, he's getting sacked 4 or 5 plus times a game. Can the Eagles do that? Right? And all of a sudden they came in, got 5 sacks on them. Got to give credit to Josh Sweat for getting a solo. Nolan Smith got a solo. Jalen Carter got a solo, right? And then as far as the combo sacks, the Gene, Huff, Milton Williams, and Thomas Booker IV, they all got half sacks. So five total sacks. You got to give credit where credit is due because let's be honest, right? How many times have we seen situations where we got a team coming up and everybody that played them before us kicked their ass, dominated them, or whatever it was, they beat them. And then when we play them, all of a sudden they play their best game. All of a sudden they perfect. So I appreciate this defense for not allowing that to happen. I really do.
The Browns are his ass though.
Okay.
They're talented though. You got Amari Cooper, you got David Njoku, you got Nick Chubb will be back next week. I already predicted he wouldn't play today.
Thank God.
They got the worst O-line in the league. We better have this something.
LB.
They're hurt. It's a lot of injuries. When they're healthy, they're one of the best.
Let me be the positive one this time. First of all, like you said, Tone, the Steelers was all over Kirk Cousins week 1. All over. Steelers had about 6 sacks. We come in and what we get 1.5 sacks against Kirk Cousins. 0 sacks. 0 sacks. I don't know. We didn't get no pressure on Kirk Cousins. And then, so it was good to see us play a team and get the correct amount of pressure that we keep the same energy as the team did before it. Like we saw Washington have 6 sacks. We came in, had 5 sacks. That barely happens. Like we always see a team and we're like, oh, he got sacked 4 times last week. We about to be all on him. And then we don't get that pressure. Jalen Carter, he was double teamed, bro. One hand grabbed that man. Grabbed that man with one hand. That was crazy. Brandon Graham on that 3rd down, it was 3rd down, right?
Third and 1.
3rd and 1. Brandon Graham
read it perfectly.
Nowhere, read that G. That's that I've been playing 200 games foresight. And somebody made a good point on Twitter. They were like, Brandon Graham was supposed to just be the old head that rides his way to a Super Bowl, but Brandon Graham having to do a lot of work.
Brandon
Graham was like,
we get our money's worth.
Right, Brandon Graham was
then
like,
they missed the field goal after he did that.
BG was like, this was supposed to be a retirement tour. Y'all got me out here working. But yeah, Jalen Carter went crazy. Brandon Graham went crazy. We talking about the D-line, but yeah, very pleased with the defense. Like I said, defense didn't give up a touchdown. Special teams gave up that touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's 2 games on the season where they didn't give up a touchdown to somebody. So we're seeing flashes of this deep. It's like that's just, again, the frustrating part, right? You watch this team and you say,
who else didn't we give a touchdown to?
Wait, I don't know. Let me make sure I ain't misspeak. Hold on. Let me look at the schedule.
It is 2 games. I just can't remember who the other game was.
Was it the Saints?
I feel like the Saints scored.
No, the Saints scored a touchdown.
No, we did give up a touchdown there.
No, we did. I'm sure.
Packers scored. Falcons scored.
I'm tripping. I'm sorry, y'all. Pay me no mind.
No, everybody's saying that though. Everybody is saying that. You're not the first person that said it's 2 games that we didn't.
That's why I said it, because I heard people saying it. So I was trying to figure out.
Everybody's saying it.
Packers scored. Falcons scored.
Who scored for the Saints? I think Kamara scored, right?
No, Chris Olave did.
Okay, yeah, it was Olave.
Chris Olave did. No, yeah. I don't know why people are saying that. So yeah. Anyway, nonetheless, though, regardless, we see this defense and we say to ourselves, okay, you can hold New Orleans to 12 points when they were red hot, right? You held Atlanta to 22 points, even though they're talented and they're getting better, right? Like your red zone defense was pretty good the first few weeks, and it fell off against Tampa Bay. It came back in Cleveland, so we got 4 of 5 games where this red zone defense was legitimate. So they have some bricks to build this defense on. They have something to hang their hat on. The problem is consistency. And I think one of the reasons they haven't been consistent is because they haven't had consistent habits, and tackling has been inconsistent. When you give up over 100 yards of yak or 100 yards before contact, whatever it may be, yeah, you're going to lose that game. So I'm just glad that this defense responded. Now, the question is, can you be mature enough to not let this game go to your head? That's the question, because they let that Saints game go to their head. That's how you get your ass beat the way they did it in Tampa, if you ask me.
I don't think they let it go to their head. I think they got walked up and down the field, and I think we just didn't adjust. We gave it up. It was 7-0. We supposed to have an offensive game plan that takes the ball out the air. We supposed to run the ball. You know what I mean? We supposed to, you don't have your weapons. We came out trying to fight fire with fire, and that's what Nick Sirianni like to do.
He's an idiot.
Nick Sirianni gonna try to fight fire with fire, even when he ain't got no fire. You know what I mean? He gonna go out there.
You know what he's trying to do? No. He trying to fight a flamethrower with a bic. Like he's like,
you know what I'm saying? These guys got Mike Evans and Godwin, and you out there, Dotson, John Ross. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You just out there doing anything when you should be feeding the ball to Saquon Barkley. But like I said, it is what it is.
What did y'all think about Nick talking trash?
Nicholas need to sit his ass down. I ain't gonna hold you.
You tweeted that. I was cracking up. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. When I saw that, I'm like, dude's a fucking kid, bro. Like, dog, like you have a high profile job. You are the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. You coach in a city with one of the most diehard fan bases in sports, and you trying to pretend like you don't know your team. Listen, I don't really put too much stock in what some of these national guys say, but Emmanuel Acho said something that was very simple but profound. Nick Sirianni, you've been in Philadelphia for 4 years. What you mean booing isn't productive? You know this city, you know this team. Like, why are you acting brand new? Why are you acting like we don't boo you going into halftime if y'all ain't got no points? Like, why are you acting dumb? And then
they was throwing stuff at the team at the Falcons game.
Let me cook
when they was walking off the field after we lost.
And then he had the nerve. He had the nerve to bring his kids to the press conference.
Like on a Super Bowl week.
No, he thought he was gonna soften the blow. He tried to soften the blow. I got the kids up here. They ain't gonna kill me too much. It's my kids. No, fuck them.
See, I don't think he brought the kids out as a shield. Now I will say that because Nick does bring them kids.
But he brought all.
If we'd have caught that L, them kids would have been with the nanny.
He brought all 3 of them. Normally he bring daughter once. He bring the son. He brought all 3 of them.
Okay, I can't assess him bringing the kids because he has brought the kids before multiple times. Now, talking trash to the fans,
Whack.
It's
Corny.
whack. It's like
Corny.
I can't lie. It was funny to me. It was funny because we know that's how Nick is. Like Nick is hilarious to me. Like if he wasn't my coach, I would find him.
But he is.
He is our coach. He is. But if he
You
was
like-
our coach, I would find Nick hilarious because the antics, you just can't make them up. Remember what game was it when he was talking trash to the Chiefs game? After
When he was running up the sideline like.
Yeah.
Simone, didn't
I
you just say,
think he even hit somebody with one of these one year.
LB, didn't Simone just say we're not dealing with hypotheticals? Ain't that what she just said?
what they gotta do? What she talking about?
She said if he wasn't our head coach, he'd be.
Oh,
I like Nick.
No. Okay, no. I find Nick hilarious. I should not find him funny. It's like
all right. So look, this
it's like when your kid is misbehaving and they doing
Right.
something funny, but they being bad, and you like laughing in your head, but you got to discipline them.
Right.
But it's low key funny what he doing over there in the corner.
but
That's how it is.
this the thing with Nick that I don't like. When Jalen Hurts said we're encouraging him to be himself, that's something that the coach supposed to do to the players, bro.
Right.
The roles are completely reversed, bro. It's almost sickening. Then I look at the Detroit Lions locker room after they beat the bullshit out of the brakes. I know some of y'all in here. After they put the Trey Songs on and pulled y'all undergarments to the side, Dan Campbell went in the press conference, right? He went in the press conference and addressed the team like a man. I ain't see that's firm head coaching right there, bro. And the Philadelphia Eagles, we out there talking about we having conversations during the bye week. Conversations, hey man.
Yeah,
No
We
Vaseline.
gotta go.
I don't think, in my own personal opinion, I don't think Nick is mature enough to be a coach. Nick gives like one of the guys. He doesn't give leader energy. Like people
He's
were
giving
comparing.
cafeteria worker.
Nick
in the
is giving LaSalle head coach. Like he's giving
He's
DT.
giving you know what Nick gives? Nick gives a high school football coach.
Absolutely.
Like as a high school football coach, you got to be not one of the guys, but like you're relating to teenagers. So you got to be cool. You got to be fun as a high school coach because playing football is still supposed to be fun. You don't want guys to lose their love of football because they're still in high school. This is the pros. This is a business. This is serious. He doesn't have that level of maturity, in my opinion.
He had the nerve to go to that press conference and say, "Yeah, I need to put more of my energy into coaching." Oh, now you realize that year
He
for
said
him?
that?
Yeah, you didn't hear him say that?
I didn't watch it. I don't watch no Nick Sirianni press conference.
I don't either because he don't
watch
say
it.
shit. I don't because he don't say nothing. But like I saw that, and he was like, "Yeah, I want to apologize to the fans. Sometimes I get excited. I'm paraphrasing, but he literally said, yeah, my energy should be pushed. My energy should be focused more on coaching than getting that excited. My emotions should be more focused on that than the latter." And I'm like, "Yo, what do we do?"
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I feel like, usually when you fire your coach in the middle of the season, it never goes well. But I feel like this is the one time it'll go well.
Me, I believe that wholeheartedly.
I really
Big
feel like
fans
this
in
is the one time
You
it'll
got
go
Kellen
well.
Moore in the building. You got around Nick Sirianni. You got real adults in the building. Around.
And I think the players will wake up. They'll wake up from something traumatic happening. Listen, when Mags got that boot, people start. They clipping people now.
Right.
People
Look,
start,
that is
you know what I'm saying? Right.
But N'Kobe was on point.
Right.
But
N'Kobe the only one that don't get it.
I understand as a business decision, Nick needs to go. I am gonna miss Nick though. I like Nick. I like him personally. I feel like Nick would be
when
cool.
we're winning, he's awesome.
Like I said, as a business decision, yes, Nick Sirianni needs to go. I like him as a person. Like he seemed like he'd be cool.
As a person. Listen, I met him.
To hang out with.
He cool for real. I met him. He cool. But I don't trust him with my kids. I'll put it that way. He cool, but
it was fun. Like all the antics was fun when we was winning. Like Nick talking trash to the other team was fun when we were winning. Nick showing up in the F Dallas shirt, like that was fun when we were winning. Now that we're losing, it's not cute. Like,
but you know what I mean? He toned down. But this the thing, he toned down on who he was though too. He stopped. Like he ain't do none of that all this season.
No, he did tone it down, but it leaks out. It leaks out. It's like it's like fumes. Like it's like you can do what you can, but sometimes it just leak out. You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna even lie.
He is who he is at the end of the day.
He might as well just start popping this shit. He might as well. They gonna can him. They gonna every game now. Giants go in there with a Saquon shirt on. He got to start talking. He got to start popping it. He got to start popping. And the Giants gonna be super up for this game.
So you think he should double down?
Yeah. Why not?
If it's one thing we know about Nick is gonna double down. Nick is going. The fact that he knows how the fans are, and he knows how the fans are, and he gonna be talking trash to the Eagles fans. Nick talking trash to the Eagles. Darius Slay hasn't even gone that far. Darius Slay hasn't even gone that far to be talking trash to us. As much stuff as people have said about Darius Slay, Slay hasn't even taken as far as to be trashing.
He don't care.
Do we even know what he said though? Now that I think about it,
it don't matter what he said. The energy was, "What y'all gonna do? What now? Huh?
Yeah,
right. The energy was like, y'all see we won. Y'all see we won. That was the energy.
The energy was, and what? Yeah. It was a real shut up energy.
Yeah, it was the energy. He needed to chill though, man. We got these supers piling up though.
Yeah, for sure. So this is what we're gonna do. Oh, wait, real quick before we do, I didn't pick your brain about Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, 2 rookies starting. Mm-hmm. 2 rookies starting on the defense. I mean, Quinyon Mitchell was phenomenal. Quinyon Mitchell, again, Deshaun Watson, we know he's dealing with whatever he's dealing with, but Quinyon Mitchell on 30 coverage snaps allowed 1 reception on 5 targets for 10 yards, allowed a 39.6 passer rating. And Cooper DeJean was everywhere on the field. I mean, he jumped off the page, 6 tackles, 3 stops, half a sack, 2 quarterback pressures. On 4 pass rush snaps, only allowed 1 reception on 2 targets, played 90% of the defensive snaps. I believe Cooper DeJean has the potential to be arguably the most versatile defender on the Philadelphia Eagles. That's my opinion. I don't know what y'all think about that, but just based off how he played yesterday and just what I already thought about him, I feel like he has the potential to be that. What was y'all thoughts on Cooper DeJean's overall performance and just having 2 rookies on the defense? And also, by the way, before I even let y'all cook with that, I got one more key stat I need to give y'all because this is important. Quinyon Mitchell has been targeted as the primary defender 31 times in his rookie season. He has the most targets on him, more than Darius Slay. And he's a rookie. You would think that. Opposing quarterbacks are 15 of 31, completing 48.4% of their passes, no touchdowns, no interceptions, targeting Quinyon Mitchell. He's given up a 54.9 passer rating on the season. That boy's a pro.
Quinyon Mitchell is the best cornerback in the NFC East. It's as simple as that. He's the best cornerback in the NFC. He's better than Diggs. He's better than Bland.
I think he's more technically sound than Diggs. Yeah, I think he's better
than Diggs. Diggs don't even want to tackle. We saw that yesterday. But as far as Cooper DeJean go, I think Cooper DeJean is the ultimate chess piece. You see how the Ravens use Kyle Hamilton. I'm not saying he Kyle Hamilton, but Cooper DeJean can be used like that. Cooper DeJean can be blitzed off the edge. Cooper DeJean is a sound tackler, and it's only a matter of time before Cooper DeJean get his hands on the ball or be punching the ball out. Cooper DeJean is the best safety prospect that we've drafted since Brian Dawkins in terms of being able to do it all. You know what I mean? So Cooper DeJean is him. Cooper DeJean is what we thought Kayvon Wallace was going to be.
Correct. Perfect comp. That's exactly who we thought he was going to be.
He's what we thought Kayvon Wallace was going to be. So, you know what I mean? I like Cooper DeJean a lot. I was big on him being drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles because not only do you get a guy who can play slot and safety and outside corner, you get a guy that also can return punts, which we saw that yesterday as well.
And he could hit.
He could hit.
Yeah.
Bro, that's the dream. When we drafted Quinyon and Coop, what we got yesterday, that was the dream. And the fact that we get in that week 5, week 6, week 5 for us, that's crazy. Like, the potential is crazy. And the chemistry between them, they did their jersey swaps at the end of the game. Like, we came in together. Like, I love how they have their own little brotherhood. It's just, I love it. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people talking about sit and slay. I'm not on sit and slay yet. No. I'm not there yet. But Coop, that was the right move. I'm glad we pulled that trigger early on Avonte Maddox. Could have pulled it earlier, But that was a good sign from Vic Fangio that if you're not stepping up, you stepping off the field. Period.
Yeah, man. They saying Quinyon and Coop, they like white men can't jump. They just out here just getting the okie doke on everybody. Like, it's crazy, man. But like, again, man, I love where this DB room is trending. I know a lot of people want to get Keely Ringo on the field right away, but I think Keely Ringo is going to be signed, sealed, and delivered, ready to go in 2025. I think this season still belongs to Slay. I still feel more comfortable with Slay out there. That's just my humble opinion. But regardless, the Philadelphia Eagles are in a good spot DB-wise. Anyway, let's get to these super chats, y'all. We really do appreciate y'all, man. We've been live for over an hour. You guys know how the show goes. We normally do this about an hour and 15, maybe hour and 20, depending on how we do with the super chats. But let's try to fly through these. We got 16 of them and potentially counting. We appreciate y'all nonetheless. Let's get to this one. Dante with the $4.99. He says, "Yo, Simone, I stay in Georgia. Also, do you by any chance know where I can find the Eagles bar out here?"
Rocky Mount Pizza, Midtown.
Rocky
Where you
Mount
stay?
Pizza?
You stay in Atlanta? It's a couple of them in different parts of Georgia, but Rocky Mount is where I go in Atlanta.
Rocky Mount. Shout out to them.
Appreciate you, Dante.
Oh, the Rocky Mountain Pizza Company. Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, say less. Say less. The Rocky Mountain Pizza Company. I found them that fast, Dante. All right, shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you. All right, LB, you want to read this one?
I'll be squabbling with the $5 super chat. You don't be squabbling. Liking this up and down inconsistent defense we have because nothing will really surprise you about their performance. At least they not consistently cheeks. I ain't mad at that, yo. And I was thinking about that as we talked about the defense. That's an interesting take because, you know, like we was consistently cheeks last year. You know what I mean? You know, you don't know what you're getting out of these guys. A team might not score. You know what I mean? They just, you know, Vic Fangio is doing what he can do. I will say that.
Yeah, trying his best to maximize the personnel. That's a fact.
Right.
Why can't he be wobbling?
I just don't believe him.
We don't believe you. It's like, no, but yeah, I think before the season's over, Vic Fangio's favorite player is going to be Cooper DeJean because of what he's going to be able to do with him. Moving around like a chess piece, like you said. Shout out to IB Squabble, man. We appreciate your $5 nonetheless. Derek Karsterfin. Hope I said that right, brother. Thank you for the $10 donation, my man. He says we just got to get more physical on both lines. You know, they were pretty physical yesterday, which is a good sign. But overall, they need to be more physical on a consistent basis. They're too talented. They got too much styles on both lines to be having games where they're not constantly forcing the issue. So I feel you, Derek.
I don't think the offensive line has that issue, though.
I'll put it this way. They don't have the issue, but the coaches have the issue putting them in situations where they can show how tough they are.
Right.
Does it make sense? Because sometimes
getting them out and running in front of a Saquon Barkley for a screen. Like we haven't done that yet. Cam Jurgens is one of the better guys that get into the second level, which is why he was a perfect replacement for Kelsey, but we haven't shown it.
Yeah, my mindset is always I want my offensive line to inflict pain as early as possible in the game. And because you know how they always say you got to earn the right to rush the quarterback. You got to stop the run. You know, you got to earn that right. I believe you got to earn the right to pass the ball too. You got to get your running game going. You got to get your offensive line going forward. You got to inflict punishment. You got to get some yardage. You feel what I'm saying? So again, it's however you look at it. But regardless, man, Derek, we appreciate your super chat, brother. Appreciate you.
Appreciate
All
you.
right, King Solomon 215.
My God, Stylus, what up?
LB, you want this one?
He said, time to consider blaming the front office. No way they're allowing Nick to interfere with more to the detriment of the team. Something not adding up. I agree.
That's a good point. Because clearly you hired Kellen Moore because you didn't trust Nick to fix the problem. Yeah,
but this the thing though. Nick was saying stuff like they was like, "So what is your role?" They was asking him all offseason. He was like, "My role is the head football coach of the team." You know, he got an issue with accepting that he just needs to fall back and just go to the podium before and after games. We don't need you to make no decisions.
Listen, man, my ego ain't that big, man. I ain't got no mind taking a ride to the promised land. Like I don't.
That's what I'm saying.
He ain't trying to have it.
You're still the face of the coaching staff. I would love to ride to people's coattails. Let them do the work. I get to shine.
Perfect example. Jimmy Johnson, and obviously Jimmy Johnson is a whole different caliber from Nick Sirianni. I'm gonna make that very clear. But Jimmy Johnson, he was more so a peace mover. He was a great roster builder, but he wasn't calling plays on offense, defense, none of that. He was sort of building his teams. He knew how to hire people, and he trusted his people to put his players in the best position. He was a culture guy. He was a personnel mover and shaker, but he wasn't calling plays on offense and defense. He knew his role, and he mastered that. Nick Sirianni need to master. He need to master, the pom-poms and master supporting his team. He need to master that part before anything else. Thank you, Solomon. I appreciate you, brother. All right. Dank Bird Gang with the $2 super. He says, we're the example why it's one game at a time. Yeah, facts. That's a fact. I feel you on that, Dank.
Literally.
We got Steve with the $2 super chat. He says, dominate. He said, dominate time of possession. Don't turn the ball over. Tackle equals success. That was the blueprint. I want to say
Super Bowl season.
The Super Bowl season when we won the 2022 and when we won.
Mm-hmm.
We were at our best when we were dominating time of possession, running the football, getting our play action going. Like even when we had Carson Wentz and when we won the Super Bowl, like we were running the ball a lot. You know what I'm saying? They went out and got Jay Ajayi when they already had LeGarrette Blount. You know what I'm saying? Like so that shouldn't change. That shouldn't change. Thank you, Steve. We appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Steve.
War. You want to read this one?
War V, man. Thank you for the super chat. He said a win is a win. Blowout means nothing. Cowgirls blew out bad teams all the time. You see what happens to them every year. That's a good point. We happy for the win for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We happy for the win for sure. But when do we get to let our hair down in the second quarter and say this over?
Man,
you know what I mean? We just want one of them. Hopefully Sunday.
I'll be humble and say just dominate the first half so I could just chill the second half. Like you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
the fourth quarter, like anything but the last 30 seconds.
Yeah.
They taking us down to the final seconds of these games.
My guy Worf doubled up on them.
For sure.
Simone, this for you, Simone.
Simone, this the NFL. Everybody get paid millions. Broncos beat the Bucks 26-6. Okay. When we gonna get a 26-6 though?
Yo, man.
When are we gonna get that one game where we shown we dominate? We in a dogfight. All these good teams, they all got a win, a decisive win.
Yeah, and the Lions got a couple of them.
We don't have a decisive win under our belt.
Yeah, and this next 4-game stretch, you got to get at least 2 because it's a confidence booster, not just for the team but for the fan base. It's like these next 4 teams you playing, you beat the Browns, but then you got Giants next, then you got Bengals, then you got Jags. The Bengals offense, they're gonna put up points in some fashion. You just got to do the best you can. But Jags, Browns, Giants, you got to smack the hell out of them, man. You got to. But to Simone's point, watching these games, man, to the final 30 seconds, to the final hour, it's like, it's a workout. I burn calories watching these dudes. Like for real. My resting heart rate shoots up.
Praying. I was literally praying. I haven't prayed for a game in a minute. I said, Lord Jesus.
I used to pray for times like this.
I said, please don't let us lose to a Predator guy. I said, I know it might be some Browns fans praying, but I was like, we don't got no Predator on our team. At least, God, please, God. We can't lose to a Predator guy. Please, God, please.
You out of pocket. You out of order.
I was dead. That was Mo's prayer. Y'all heard of Sierra's prayer? So y'all better thank me for that win because I literally said, please, God, I haven't come to you about the Eagles in a long time, God. I let last season go, God.
Bro, we're going to smoke the Giants.
But I come to you, God, and say, please.
I feel it. I really feel it in my blood.
Is that a home game or a road game?
No, it's a road game. We're gonna smoke them on the road. I'll be squabbling with another follow super chat. We are either getting rolled by the Giants or we smoking them. There's no in between. I don't want to keep seeing all these damn nail biters every week. I feel the same way.
Get ready for a nail biter because we're gonna be in a goddamn nail biter.
Man, oh man, I think Quinyon get his first pick next week. He getting close, man. Quinyon should have 3 picks on the season so far. But
I want Quinyon on Neighbors.
Of course. The whole game. I'm glad I agree with you 100%. I don't want Slay on Neighbors. I don't.
But you ain't ready to give up on him. Get him out of here.
I ain't say Slay at the top of his. I ain't say Slay at the top of his craft still. I mean, I still think Slay top half of the league. I mean, top like I rolled the dice on that. I still think he's top half in the league. But
I ain't mad.
But anyway, I be squabbling. Thank you, brother. All right, let's see where we at. Yo, long way. What's going on, bro? With the $2, appreciate you, man. He says, "Where was Jordan Davis? He might be a bust." Jordan Davis actually was holding I'm not. All right, he didn't get no sacks, but he was around the ball. Like, I mean, in my opinion, in that game, what did y'all see from Jordan Davis in that game? Because I felt like he was around the ball. I felt like he was being physical at the line of scrimmage.
They be ready to call this man.
He ain't do nothing to get his name called, or nobody ain't called his name in a negative way. So I guess he did his job.
Fair enough.
Any game, and somebody gonna be calling it. It wasn't an Eagles Sunday without somebody calling Jordan Davis a buzz.
Damn, it's 7:40. I didn't know it was that damn late. Oh, we did start late.
Yeah, that's my fault, y'all. Sorry about it. We would have started earlier. No, but I definitely got to let the people know because they thought we were starting at 4. Someone still thought we were starting at 4 or 5, whatever it was. Yeah, had some internet issues, got it fixed, but we back in action. We appreciate y'all for still locking in though. And I appreciate my co-host for for holding it down. Thank you, Long Way. We appreciate you, brother. Vonnie outside. Vaughn, what's going on, bro? He said, love Jalen, but he checked into those AJ deep balls. I don't know.
He probably did. He probably did. But if you're gonna get, that's not a bad play for AJ Brown to be deep.
But he could do more than that.
If he 1-on-1. It's not a bad play. It's not a lot of people that could guard AJ Brown in that situation.
That's true. Oh, that's a solid.
And Jalen threw that long one with confidence. So I feel like Jalen did audible to that one.
He threw that 40-yard one
immediately.
He threw it like he knew exactly what he wanted in that situation. It wasn't like one of those like, he just, chalky.
It was gone. It was gone.
Yeah, he knew. He must have read the defense and felt and trusted the matchup, man. He won. Shout out to Vaughn, man. We appreciate you, bro. Be safe outside. Yo, long way back again.
Package Dean and Slate for Max Crosby. Hell with it.
They ain't getting Max Crosby for them 2 niggas, man.
You might.
Come on, bro.
Something could happen.
For Dean in there is crazy, bro. But I mean, shoot, if that trade machine is successful, I'll take it. But
if that trade machine is successful, that's funny, man. Madden gonna be like, "You're not serious. Y'all play Madden, try to force a trade." Anyway, shout out to Long Way, man. We appreciate you. Squabbling back again. He says, I feel like a complete game is too much to ask for from this team. I wonder when this offense will straight up drop 30 again or win all 4 quarters. Here's the thing. I'm glad you said that. Week 1 was the clear Kellen Moore game. Every game after that has been iffy. Seriously. Every game after that, from a play calling perspective, has been like, damn, is it Kellen or not? Week 1, we felt it. We saw it. It was evident. There's a clear discrepancy between what's going on between Nick Sirianni and Kellen Moore. Nick Sirianni keep putting his finger in the damn pot. When your mom was cooking back in the day, right? She said, listen, don't touch the food until it's all done. Nick Sirianni keeps sneaking in the kitchen, putting his finger in the damn macaroni. Bro, back off, man. Let the food cook.
And what's crazy? Jalen was lighting the Saints up. He was lighting the Saints up to a degree. We just wouldn't take 3 points.
Yeah, he was.
We just wouldn't take the 3 points. He was lighting them up.
Yeah, man, that's a fact.
Appreciate y'all be swabbling.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother. You're a long way back again with a $10 super chat. It's for you, LB.
He said, yo, LB, I feel you, my guy. Nick ass gotta go. Straight trash. It's a fact. We ain't gonna debate.
There we go. Squabbling back again. He says, imagine we lose to the Giants. LOL. Nick gonna bring his wife and grandma to the podium crying in the arms and she. I should have made some more read this one. That's funny, man. That's funny, yo. Again, I'm all for bringing your kids to the press conference like after a real big, dominant win, a big game, a primetime game, not no afternoon game, dog. Like,
bro, don't bring your kids back unless it's the game that to get to the NFC Championship at least.
Yeah, I get it. Then, like, and look, ain't nothing against the kids, man. Like, I don't want to make it seem like I'm going at the kids. It's not about the kids at all. It's about Nick Sirianni being a man and just standing up there on his own too. Anyway,
War V, man.
Yeah, War. I ain't gonna lie. I've been going crazy.
Oh, did Sidney play? Sidney Brown ain't play last week, did he?
No, he ain't play. He was inactive yesterday.
War V, thank you for the super chat. Sidney Brown just going to unlock this defense even more with Q and Coop already playing well. I agree. We keep forgetting about Sidney Brown. We really keep forgetting about Sidney Brown. You know what I mean? I think we're gonna run a lot of nickel when Sidney come in and have Coop around that line of scrimmage.
So, are you taking somebody off? What's it?
Kobe Dean.
Yeah, Isaiah Rodgers.
You could take Kobe Dean off the field, and you're in the big nickel. You could do that.
Yep, you can take Kobe Dean off the field. You can play big nickel. I don't like Isaiah Rodgers yet. I gotta see something.
I don't like him. No, listen, I mean, I'm not gonna say he's bad, but like I don't understand why people are so excited about him. Like, I don't get
one snap.
He had one snap.
Yeah,
he got hurt.
Oh, I mean, look, man. We understand you beat your case, but like, That shit over, man. It's over, bro. Now you got to do your job. That's like if I do something, it's over, bro. It's over. Now it's still got to go to work.
My point is saying that we didn't get to see enough film because he was on the field for 1 second and then got hurt.
I agree with that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying, but it's like he was like a healthy scratch for like the first 3 games.
He wasn't a healthy scratch. His hand was busted.
For all 3 of them games?
No, it wasn't. No, but that was only week 1.
Yeah, that was week one. After that, he ain't touched the field. He ain't touched it. It was only week 1. His hand was hurting.
Remember, he posted on Instagram talking about you just got to wait
only
your time.
I can control.
Yeah,
only like that. Oh, that made me sick. Like, shut up,
bro.
Have some good practices. So you get on the field.
Oh, I know what this is.
Hold on.
Wait, Simone, didn't you interview Isaiah Rodgers?
Hold on. I'm trying to ask a question here. No, first of all, I'm asking legitimate questions because LB was ready to write him off, but bro only had 1 snap. So what I'm saying is he had 1 snap. How are you saying get him off the field? He didn't even get a chance.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because he ran into Cooper DeJean. Talk about he ain't know. I ain't been feeling him since. How you don't know?
He had a good play yesterday too.
That really got into your skin.
It did. That was crazy. That's crazy to me. Because by you saying you don't know, now the special team coach got to take a shot and he got to go to the podium. Bro, you've been playing football for how long?
Thank you, Forrest 5. Forrest 5 said he's not even on the field for you to say get him off the field. I said, who you take off of Sidney Brown? Brunson, Rogers. He not even playing.
But listen though, to that same point, he not even on the field enough for people to say put him on the field.
That's what I'm saying. Why he don't even need to be active? We could just make him inactive again. What is he active for? You know what I mean? War V, man. Thank you for the super chat.
I don't mean who do you take off the roster. I'm saying like, okay, Sidney Brown healthy next week. All right, CJ Reed, like.
I mean, I ain't taking CJ or Reed off over Buddy.
No, I'm not.
That was my question. Like, when Sidney Brown gets healthy, like.
If I'm taking anybody off the field, it's gonna be N'Kobe Dean.
And run big nickel, yeah.
Yeah.
War, thank you for the super chat. He said, I don't mind Nick acting crazy. Seemed like the players like it. He just got to stay the hell away from our offense. Yeah, BG was cracking up. BG always laughing up.
No, what's his name was laughing too? Deshaun. I ain't like Deshaun doing all that. Every time they showed him, he was smiling.
Who Deshaun?
Watson.
Oh.
Every time they showed him, he was in his mask like this.
Wouldn't you be too? He got that bag.
Yeah, listen, I'll be honest with you, man.
Fully guaranteed. You see that got the podium looking like Clark Kent. Dak is at the podium looking like he in the best physical fitness program ever made to man. He's in amazing shape. His shirts is tailored. That's that bag. He just got benched. He don't care. 60 mil.
At all. Listen, when you go home and clock out, you check that account, you realize, you know what? I can put up with whatever the fans talking about. And that's what I'm saying.
They're going to fire Mike. Nobody going to worry about me. They're going to say I got enough weapons.
Shout out to War, man. We appreciate you. Trey 979, my guy with the $1.99 super chat. He says, you think Quayon should demand something from CJ?
What should he demand from CJ? Quayon Mitchell is a rookie. Let's not get it confused. I like Quayon Mitchell. But CJ Gardner-Johnson led the league in interceptions at one point. CJ, I want my safety to be a ball hawk. No, Quayon don't got to demand nothing from CJ. And that little temper tantrum he threw too was a little crazy. He ain't have to act like that. He ain't have to act like that, y'all. And y'all know that.
No, I ain't gonna lie, man. I felt him.
I ain't feel it. In that moment, he all like somebody told him he can't get a toy in Target.
You ever been there? You ever been in that situation when you're a young boy?
No, I ain't never been in that situation because if I would have did that, hey man, I might not have seen Target again, right?
Yo, man, the Target would have been on me. You feel me? Like,
you know what I'm saying, right? You would have been the Target.
But I think to your point though, I think Quayon was like, yo, like I'm so close, bro. Like why this keep happening? Like,
but he gonna he get tried a lot. He get tried a lot. So he gonna get his. I think Daniel gonna give it up.
He definitely gonna get it. Yeah, I think he gonna get one from Daniel for sure.
Mm-hmm. I think Daniel gonna give us a couple.
We know who they throwing the ball to. Shout out to Trey. Shaq B93 with the 499. LB, want to read this one?
I think we're gonna beat the Giants, but by no means is the game going to be easy. The Giants have a good D line, and they've been in all dog fights. Yeah, the Giants not going to be a walk in the park.
Mm-mm.
They're not going to be a walk in the park. But I think this the game right here.
Mm.
I think this the game right here. The Saquon revenge. I think this the game right here.
Yo, this got to be the game when you let Saquon just do him. Just say this thing. Hey, Saquon, what's the game plan?
At least 28 touches.
Right. If it's 18, if it's 20 rushes, 8 catches, whatever you got to do, because you likely gonna be without Dallas Goedert. So just put that ball in his hand and let Saquon do him. And it's gonna be a MetLife, yo. He gonna go crazy. I know he is. Right. All right, shout out to Shaq, man. We appreciate you. PJ with the $1.99 super chat. He said at LB. Go ahead, bro.
At LB, blaming the architect / son is diabolical, but that's what they do, though, man. That's what they do. They blame everything on everything. They do everything right, but play football.
Mm.
They thought they ate with that pick too. Do y'all see this stream beam of light?
Right.
They thought they ate with that.
They like Jesus is coming down from the heavens right in our face and we can't see. That's why we lost. The hell out of here, man. Get y'all bum asses off the field.
Yeah,
I watched that game.
Crazy.
I watched. I was happy.
That is
I had to drop my kids off. I was listening to the beat down on the radio. I was happy.
Bro, smoke.
So Rappaport just said that Darius Slay is day to day. So everybody who wanted Slay gone, he back, y'all. He day to day.
Keep playing.
So Ringo.
Keep playing. Because remember,
I don't want him gone. I just want Ringo to get. I just want Ringo to get a whole game, so we can show that we really don't need Buddy.
Mm-mm.
That's what I just want to see. I just want to see Ringo. I'm telling you, Ringo play a whole game. The run defense gonna go up a notch. Let's get the Melly J.
It's funny you said that because if you notice, like the people they've been, Avonte Maddox came off the field. You put Cooper DeJean in, tackling got better from that position.
Exactly.
If you take Slay off the field, you put maybe there is again. I'm still on Darius Slay being on the field, but I think I see what you're saying, right?
It's
the
a mentality aspect that we missing.
Yeah, it's a different toughness aspect and just the body types, right? Like,
bro, they was ready to throw a flag when Keely Ringo hit Buddy.
I was scared they was gonna throw a flag. Bro, Keely be intense with it. Like,
and he stood. I thought we was gonna get the taunt. He stood over him.
He had me nervous. He had me nervous.
I thought it was gonna be flag.
Like,
hey, but you know what Buddy ain't gonna do next time? Run that way again and tiptoe up that side. He gonna get his ass out of bounds.
Yo.
I was so scared it was gonna be a flag.
Mm-hmm. Let's get the Melly J.
Yeah.
Melly J. I'm getting deja vu from the Wentz Peterson era. We got a stubborn coach with suspect play calling and a QB with clear limitations. I don't agree with that part. Stop it. The other teams are taking advantage of. I hope we break this curse. I don't think Jalen Hurts got no limitations. Jalen Hurts is he's just running what's being available to him to run. They're not doing anything quarterback friendly. They're not doing anything wide receiver friendly. I don't see no limitations with Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I'm a Jalen Hurts
I don't
guy.
see that.
I'm still rolling. Yeah. Shout out to Melly J. We appreciate the super chat, brother. Next one, Shaq B back again with the $4.99. He says, "I know it's Nick because we're not even doing pre-snap motion anymore." Yo, facts.
Exactly. That's the big one. Everybody knows Nick. It's not. We ain't gotta. We know who it is. Anytime when they say, "What's your role?" and you say it like this, "I'm the head coach of the football team." Anytime you say something like that, anytime you act like what is the Mel Karen? Anytime you do anything like that.
What is the Mel Karen? What's that?
I think it's a Kenneth.
It's probably Philip or some shit. Who knows?
Yeah,
probably Steve.
Yeah. I would say Steve.
Shout out to Shaq, man. Donnell Shipley with the $10 super chat. He says, "I'm a huge Eagles fan, and we all say Nick needs to go, right? But if we keep winning, then he will stay. I was hoping we lost yesterday, so just so the dude could be fired,
Stop
just being
it.
real.
Donnell, you my guy. You my guy. I ain't never waking up hoping for no Philadelphia Eagles loss. You've been sending me super chats for years, Donnell. Listen, I know where you at. I feel you. I understand. I understand how you feel, but do not ever send LB nothing like that again. We got to keep the pride and we got to stay strong. We ain't never hoping for no L. We in a Super Bowl window.
Yo, Donnell, you really got on his skin, man. He started talking in third person.
He sat up
talking in third person. He said LB.
Before that super chat, LB was just cooling. Now LB like this, Donnell.
Because it was a lot.
Don't you ever say that bougie again, Donnell.
There was a lot of that on Twitter. There's a lot of that on Twitter right now.
No, I feel you though. I would have won every game.
Y'all
Yeah, I ain't never hoping for no loss.
My man spoke in third person. He said, "Don't you ever speak to LB like that again." Shout out to
You
Donnell.
know
We
that's my
appreciate you,
dog.
brother. For sure. I appreciate him, man. He always showing love.
It's the last one.
Chaotic Green, last one, and we out of here. $5 super. Simone, you want to read this one?
Tampa game should have been Devin's game, and bro got benched. Saquon about to get 8 carries because of Nick. And you know what? He said LMAO, and that's not even funny because on this team, you don't know what we're going to get.
Saquon need to have 30 carries in this game, and we need to use that to our advantage for play action. They need to involve Saquon in the passing game, the running game. Saquon need to have his fingerprints all over this game if we know what's good for us.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Y'all, that is the show. We appreciate y'all. We got so much love for y'all, man. Y'all donate to the channel. Y'all invest in us. Y'all always lock in. The energy is always electric, man. I always have fun with my people, man. LB and Simone, like this is always a family affair. Like I always feel like I'm kicking it with my big bro and my sister. Like I always feel like that when I'm kicking it with them. So I appreciate y'all for always making it fun. LB, Simone, before we get out of here, any final words?
Nah, man, we're gonna beat the Giants though. I know we about to be 4-2.
Talk that talk.
We about to be 4-2. That's all I know. Then we got sweet meat in the village after that with the Cowboys. They trash.
Yo, how you come up with this shit, bro?
I don't even know.
Sweet meat in the village is crazy.
That's crazy.
But yeah, we're gonna beat the Giants. Are we gonna get a decisive win? Are we gonna have a fun win? Who knows? I do think we're gonna beat the Giants though. 4 wins. Cute, ugly. At the end of the day gonna end.
Shout out to Big Low. And lastly, real quick, y'all. Do y'all got any early week predictions? Because we ain't gonna speak until next Monday. Or I mean, we're gonna talk in our group chat, but
unless we got an emergency. Why you say you can't watch my tweets during the game, LB? You be tweeting crazy.
No,
I do. But you be
but we all do though.
You don't be positive. You don't be positive sometimes. I
You
feel you though. It's warranted. No, I don't. Because we ain't been looking good.
I say every time it's a big play, I tweet. You could look at my tweets. I have AJ Brown, my hero. Thank God for Devontae Smith. Brandon Graham, I love you. All them tweets is on my timeline. When
I'm gonna look, and I'm gonna quote tweet. And I'm gonna see this one right here. This is what I'll talk about.
It was only one that was negative, and that's when we was in a 1-score game with the Browns, and I was like, you know what? We suck. But I was still showing love to the Browns.
I can't be mad. I can't be mad at it. So my one thing that I think about, but since we ain't gonna talk until after the game, most likely.
Yeah, any early score prediction. Yeah,
I just got Saquon scoring twice. That has to be a given.
Okay. What about you, Simone? Any early predictions, be it stat wise, be it score wise? At the end of the day, they're gonna end, right?
I can't predict nothing with these boys. I can't predict shit. I will say Saquon probably gonna have over 100 yards, at least one tutty. I think we're gonna win. I think Saquon's gonna play well. That's the only thing I can predict.
Yeah, I feel y'all.
Because you just don't know what's gonna come out of that locker room. You don't know what's gonna come out that tunnel.
The Giants can't score, man. I ain't worried about the Giants. I ain't worried about their offense putting up no points. I'm just worried about their defense making us and Nick Sirianni making us not do our thing. You know what I'm saying? The Eagles about to spank these boys 28-10.
Yeah, 28-10. That's not a bad number. I like that. If I got any kind of prediction, I like what you said, LB, about the Saquon 2 touchdowns. I think one of those touchdowns, he going like 70 yards to the crib. Be it if it's a catch or a run, whatever it is, I think he going 70 or like 60 yards to the crib. I think he going take the air out of that stadium. I really do. But as far as the early score prediction, I'll roll with 27-17. 27-17. You know, that's where I'm at with it right now. And that might change. You know, it's early. So 27-17 right now is my Monday score prediction. But nonetheless, y'all, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Thank y'all so much for supporting the show. We out of here. Smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Laura Brunson. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Simone Stanley. Make sure you guys are subscribed to me, Tone Dishos II from Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. We out of here, y'all. Fly Eagles fly.